out here, man. What's everybody up to today? I'm out here Uber driving, a little supplemental income. It's what I do when I'm not video gaming or taking care of the kid or hanging out with the wife. See if anybody comes by here. I know it's pretty early in the morning. Again, just gauging things and seeing how everybody's doing in the mornings. It is midweek. We got one more week before Thanksgiving, right? Kids are going to be out of school. I will not be driving next week for this job. Hanging out with the kid at the house. Got my parents coming into town. It's going to be fun. Hopefully we'll get some people to come by here. Have a reasonable conversation. Talk about Uber or whatever you guys want to talk about. Getting into Assetto Corsa. Diving deep into that video game. It's been fun, challenging, something different. So I've been driving for Uber for about 2 years, just over 2 years now. And I'll tell y'all, some of the stuff that Uber pulls and Lyft pulls on us drivers, sending us 15, 20 minutes away for 5-minute trips, getting riders that change their destinations after you pick them up. You find out it's a multiple destinations drop off when initially you took the ride and it was one drop off, short rides, long rides, whatever the case, changing it, and Uber seemingly not paying what those trips are worth. I'd like to see if other people have experienced the same thing. Maybe we can get other Uber drivers in here and start a conversation. But what's up? Welcome in, y'all. Appreciate you swinging through here. Say hi, let me know what's up, man. Uber in itself, I think they're a criminal company. Honestly, like they're out there sitting in their little office spaces talking about how much money can we make from these drivers out here. And then also the riders trying to figure out how to scam the system and break it. Reporting Uber drivers saying that they're intoxicated, getting free rides, things like that. Man, I've experienced some crazy stuff, dude. And I'm not in a big city. So this area here, there's there's one of my buddies there. This area here, there's casinos. We got the airport, which is where I'm at now, right? Casinos, the casino drop-offs can be good because a lot of the times people, they start drinking alcohol, man, they get loose pockets, right? They're willing to tip more, which can be good. But then you get those people that are just pissed off and disgruntled, and they expect you as an Uber driver to be their personal counselor or whatever. Like they're gonna assume that you're this person that they need to talk to about their problems. I'm like, dude, if you got money to throw at the casinos, but you don't have $1 to throw at your Uber driver, you balance things out a little bit better, or you can walk, one or the other. Appreciate that like. Thanks for coming by. What are y'all up to this morning? Hi, Kristen. So, are you an Uber driver? Or have you ever been an Uber rider before? Good morning. Welcome in. Doing Michael Jackson. No, I'm not. Oh, where am I driving? I'm down here in Mississippi. Down in Mississippi. I'm not doing no Michael Jackson. I don't know. Ricardo Vasquez, good morning. Gulfport, down here in Gulfport. Are you a driver? Where you at? Your mom used to do Uber? Did she like it? Does she think it's actually worth it? Austin? Oh, pricing is terrible. It really is. And you know the thing is it doesn't go to the driver, right? Vegas, got you. Down there in Vegas. So Vegas is a big one, right? Casino trips. New York City. Nice. So I know New York City is all about Uber, Rideshare. You know, if public transportation, municipalities, cabs, something like that. She does Instacart and DoorDash. So I would do DoorDash, but I don't like handling other people's food and being blamed for the quality, right? Like I cook it, I don't cook their food, right? So I did Uber Eats for a while, and it just really wasn't worth it at all. You might make like $6 an hour doing that. Long pickups and Uber is illegal. Taking 70%. Yeah, absolutely. Paying the drivers 30%. You know, that's what I've come up to. Yeah, what's cracking? Uber lowered prices here a lot. Really? So the riders are paying less. With it, that just means that the dollar amount going to the driver is less. Also, I would assume the percentages for what the driver is getting versus what the rider is paying, right, would be balanced. I could see Uber friendly, you know, taking Pizza Hut. Gotcha, right on. My food is my food is cold, fool. Yeah, because I cooked it, right? I cooked it, and I'm the reason. I don't have an oven in my front seat. I'm sorry. Yeah. A fair price, right? 55. I'm good with 50. Honestly, 50% or more what the rider is paying or the customer ordering food is paying. That's cool. Give me 50%. That's fine. But 30, 40, nah, that's not acceptable. Made 140 in tips last night. Hey, good job. That's awesome. People do love their pizza, and they love it when it's there in a timely manner, right? I know me personally, I'm willing to tip if the pizza's there fast. Yeah, as a driver, as an Uber driver giving rides, oven in the trunk. Yeah, ain't no oven in the car, you know what I mean? I'm from Chicago area originally, but I'm down here in Mississippi. I was in the military down here, so I retired down here. My wife is, you know, we're basically from here now. Kids were born here, you know, yada yada. But yeah, 140 tips, that's awesome. How many hours was that, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, you know, historically, I've made pretty decent money. This last 6 months has been slow. I think they flooded the market with too many drivers. In 5 hours, that's outstanding. Yeah, you know, that's cool. Your cousin's in the Navy. So I was a CB. I was not on those ships. I was in Iraq and Afghanistan quite a few times. My Discord's blowing up right now, y'all. You're a builder? Wait, a builder in the Navy? Like in the Seabees? So, or like a builder, like construction worker. Yeah, way too many drivers. In Italy? Okay. Yeah, I spent 3 years in Italy, man. That's awesome. Yeah, as far as the percentages go, you know, I really want to see how much money Uber is making versus what the customers are spending and what the drivers are getting percentage-wise. But, you know, I've asked people several times, I'm like, hey, what'd you pay for this ride, right? And they're like, oh, you know, it'd be like a Gulfport to New Orleans trip that's like, it's an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15-minute drive. Pays about $80. 90 miles, $80. And that's without a tip. Did some training with some CBs in Okinawa. Yeah, I was in Okinawa for a little while. Back in 2006. right? A private building. I was in Sicily. I was stationed there in Sicily, in Sigonella, for 3 years. Yeah, I didn't think so either, you know. Now, granted, I'm in a little Honda HR-V, and I get good gas mileage, right? Some of these people out here, the drivers I see, man, they're driving trucks. They're driving... Why are we there so much? It's a strategic position. They're driving trucks and stuff, and I don't even know how they're making money. And I bet you at the end of the day, unless they get really good tips, they're barely making profit at all driving for Uber or Lyft. Lyft prices are less here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The prices are less, but it's not worth, as a driver, it's not worth it 99% of the time. Yeah, you get the hourly pay with Pizza Hut and tips. I agree with you, Mr. Cruz. I agree with you on that. I don't want to dive too deep into politics, but yeah, there's a lot of things that could change, no doubt about it. But you know, America being America. Hey, that's a good investment, especially gold. I mean, it's right now is a good time to buy gold. Not so much silver. Silver is only like $1 a gram right now, I think. Jeff, what's up, man? Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. So the conversation, you know, baseline is Uber. You know, if you're going to drive for a company, whether you're doing rideshare, a food delivery, if you're doing, you know, working for Spark, doing groceries, these side hustles, these gig economies, you know, what's the profit margin? I'm not sure what gold is right now. I haven't looked that up. I know silver's down. 35 a gram. So when I was in the Middle East, I bought a bunch of gold, quite a bit of gold, made good money. Struggles on GT7 update patch isn't working. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of what's going on over in Gran Turismo right now, man. Switching over to a set of Corsa, I think. I think that's going to be a thing. When Evo comes out, maybe we'll get on the PC and see what happens there. Yeah, you may want to restore your licenses on the game if you're having those problems. 31 an ounce for silver today. Gold, 100 a gram. Oh, shit, they're both up. They're both up then, right? Your licenses, there's restore licenses for the games. It's in your settings on your PlayStation. You have to do like a hard reset. YouTube it, man. Look it up on YouTube. There's videos about it. I don't know how to walk you through it without being in front of my PlayStation. I'm sorry. But anyway, you know, that's the baseline conversation. What we were talking about is Uber, rideshare stuff. To me personally, the main reason I do this is because it's flexible, right? It's a super flexible job. I pick and choose when I want to drive. I pick and choose which riders I want to accept, which ones I don't. $1.20, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I meant. I said $1, but it's up $1, essentially, right? But you're smart for knowing these things, because I'm telling you, gold and silver, man, if you before Trump gets back in office, it's going to be interesting to see what the economy does. But we won't dive too deep into politics, y'all. You know, it is what it is. We always end up going back to that on this channel. So what's the marginal percentage? You know, is it profitable to be a Uber driver? Rideshare, side hustles, gig economy at this point? You know, right now, it's marginally profitable for me personally. You know, I only target about $100 a day doing this. It's enough to cover the gap between when I was active duty and after I retired. But as someone who drives all the time as a main source of money, I know a lot of people that are doing this 12, 15 hours a day. That will quiet the side hustle when he gets in. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think the first 3 months, once Trump is in office, the first 3 months is going to be hard. And there's going to be a lot of opposition, right? A lot of people who they weren't happy with the results. There's going to be some opposition. But I think overall it's going to be an inclination in all economy, everything economy, and really settling down what's going on overseas is going to be key to getting people to put trust in the economy. You know, that's a big part of this as an Uber driver too, because a lot of people, they just don't have the money to tip. They just don't have it. And that's fine, you know, but I've had riders get in bragging about how much money they have, and I'm like, bro, listen, you're riding in the back of a 2019 HRV that smells like cigarettes. If you have that much money, what are you doing, bro? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Quit bragging. And then they get out and they don't leave a tip, and it's like, it's principle. It's not about the amount of money. It's a principle for me. You found it? Good. Yeah, restore your licenses on the PlayStation, and also check all your files and make sure, you know, if you have to delete the game and re-download it, okay, but make sure no corrupt files exist on your PlayStation. Was there another update? I didn't even know there was another update. I haven't been home, or I haven't turned on the PlayStation today. But anyhow, I appreciate all you new people coming by here. If you're new, let me know, man. Let me know what's up. I don't necessarily care about subscribers and all that stuff on this channel. That's not what I'm about. Jeff knows this. You know, I care that people come by, get quality content, and we do a lot of gaming stuff. I'm a rideshare driver, side hustle, what have you. You know, proud father. Got an amazing wife. My family is great. Everything is fantastic on my personal side. It's not all unicorns and rainbows, but you know, we cope and we move on with our lives with what we have, right? We make it better every day. For sure. It's good to see a couple people coming in here talking about the header, the topic, right? Here in the oil patch, pay is better at most places. Funny though, get a lot of guys a lot down on me. You know what, man? I hear that. You know what though? Who cares what other people think? Are you putting money on the plate? Are you putting food on the plate? You know, are you providing for your family? Yeah, it doesn't matter how you do that, right? As long as it's honest work. It doesn't matter how you put the food on the plate. Welcome in, gameplay. Yeah, interacting with your fans, absolutely. You know, having that cordial conversation and continuing that. You know, we talked about this yesterday, Jeff, talking about people, these bigger YouTubers with the chips on their shoulder, acting like, you know, oh, I'm not gonna, I don't have to talk to these people, you know, who are they, whatever. Absolutely, honest work, man. Honest work. You know, earn your keep. Don't sit there and act like you're entitled to something you have not earned. I'm so sick and tired of seeing that all over the place. Even my kid, I'm like, look, man, and he understands it, dude. 10 years old, he gets it. It's like, look, you want something, you gotta earn it, dude. You gotta get out there and earn it. And I was driving this morning. I've been driving since about 7:30 this morning. We'll never cuss on your channel. No, this is not made for children, brother. My videos, especially when I'm live on here, I always pick not made for children. But you say that on every stream, Gameplay. When I'm at the house, I have to be careful because of my son. And I have a bad habit of cussing. Okay. All right. That's fair. Yeah, restoring the licenses should work. I'm a mechanic, do alignments in commercial vehicles during the day. Actually, make more than most of those guys. Well, that's cool, man. Right on. Yeah, it's shitty. They think they're better than the pizza boy, right? You know what, dude? That's cool. Stop ordering pizza. You know, like I've had people get in my car and be like, oh, taxi driver, oh, this guy, you know. And you can tell they're schmug or they have a look. It's like, bitch, you don't even have a car. Like, who, you know what I mean? Like, you need a ride. Don't act like you're not good enough to say, hey, good morning, how you doing? You know, I've had so many people get in my car and they're like, oh, you can tell. They're just like, they have a cold shoulder, a chip on their shoulder. I'm not looking for conversation doing this, but don't get in my car and be dead silent, right? And if you are dead silent, that's cool, but don't be listening to your stupid TikTok videos. I've had people get in my car, dude, and they're, hey, thank you, appreciate that. Yeah. I've had people get in my car, and in Spanish, I asked my wife, I think it was yesterday, I said, honey, how do you say, do you have a set of fucking headphones in Spanish? Like, I don't want to listen to your bullshit in my back seat. Like, it was a 20-minute ride, and somebody got in my car, and I have no beef with anybody, regardless of background, culture, whatever. You speak whatever language, I don't care. But have some respect. You're in my back seat. Every time I freaking heard her volume go up on her phone, I turned my radio up by 2 notches, right? And I was playing Leonard Skinner, and because that's what I listen to most of the time, but you know, Southern rock. And so every time she turned up her phone a little bit, I turned up my radio a little bit. By the end of that 20-minute ride, my volume was at 29 of 30. And I was like, uno star? Give me 1-star review, please. I don't want to see you again. Like, get some headphones. You're in someone else's car, someone else's personal vehicle. I don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to my music. I get that. And I had it turned all the way down when they got in the car. But when they started playing their stupid TikTok videos or whatever it was in Spanish, I was like, volume up. Oh, volume a little more. I'm like, how loud is this lady's phone? And then they slam my door and get out, right? I'm like, this is my car, dude. Like, have some respect. You're paying $6 for a 5-minute ride, or, you know, $20 for a 15, 20-minute ride. And you get out, they get out, and they leave their crap in your car. Now I got to go clean it up, right? We got to go clean our cars. It's our personal vehicle. It's not a company car. Got to go clean it. Got to pay for the car wash. Yeah, sure, that's tax deductible, but it's still taking time out of my day, right? So if you're gonna ride in my car and you're not gonna tip, and you're gonna be rude and smug, and you're gonna listen to your videos in my back seat without headphones, understand this is still my car. And I can turn up my radio if I want, but please give me a 1-star review so I know I don't ever have to see you again. Right? So after 2.5 years, I've done just right around 3,000 trips. Between Uber and Lyft, probably 5,000 trips. And I'm a 4.97, 4.98 driver, because most people, they give me a 5-star. Why? Because I provide a service. They need a ride. I show up when I say, as soon as I can get there, I go there. I don't delay. I get there. I say, hey, I've arrived. If they don't respond to that, I'll give them their 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever the clock says to give them, and I'll call them. And if they don't answer their call, I'll say, okay, I'll wait till the timer expires, I'll cancel the ride. You know how many times I've canceled rides and I'll immediately get the same person requesting back? What the hell, Uber? If I just canceled this, obviously there's a problem, right? Also, the maps on the apps. The maps on the apps, okay? Both Uber and Lyft do this. It sends me to a back road, the back side of a building, the wrong area. Copy Turismo Leicester. Got me faster. Oh, man, dude. I don't like Spa. Took a trip from Okinawa to Australia on the USS Below. Wow, really? What kind of ship is that? Is that a frigate or something? Is that a carrier? I don't even know. But anyway, take you to the wrong side of a building or an apartment complex, a small carrier, gotcha. Well, that would be cool. I never went on a ship, man. 21 years in the Navy, never went on a boat. Not once. Take you to an apartment complex and it doesn't tell you what building they're in. It just gives you a pickup destination at the gate to the apartment. So what do? I message them. I'm like, hey, what building are you in? They don't respond. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit at the gate and I'm going to cancel this ride. As soon as it tells me I can cancel it, I'm going to cancel it because the rider is too, whatever, I don't want to say stupid, but they don't understand. I don't know where you live. You know what I mean? I don't know where you live. So how are you gonna just assume that your driver is just gonna know? Like, you ordered an Uber ride, you need to be paying attention to that Uber ride, because every minute that I wait for you is lost money. It's only like 7 cents a minute or something, even less than that, for me to wait for you, right? And I don't mind waiting if you message me and say, hey, I'm coming down, I'm putting my shoes on, whatever, smoking the rest of my, this, that, and the other, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. At least communicate with your driver so they know. Get those for deliveries. Yeah, no gate codes. Yep, that's a big one, dude. I'm like, I don't know your gate code. Send me your gate code. They don't respond. So you call and they don't answer. And then Uber's like, oh, your cancellation rate's too high. You're not going to be able to see the trip length anymore. Yeah, because that's safe, Uber. Thanks, Uber. Appreciate that. If you're not gold status or above, right? It's easy to be gold or above once you've been doing it for a little while, right? You learn your little techniques and things like that to make sure you're not in areas like, I don't pick up in Gulfport. There's 2 areas in the city that I don't pick up in because it's dangerous, right? I will not pick people up on those 2 areas. So if I'm driving down the main, if I'm on the interstate right there by that area, I'll pause the app. Or if I'm on the main road in the town, anywhere near that area, I pause the app. And I'll just go to the airport, because unfortunately, our airport here is smack dab in the middle, basically in the middle of the ghetto. More or less. Yeah, the no gate code thing pisses me off because there's a lot of apartment complexes. Oh, and then trailers, right? So trailer parks. Bro, I get a request. What was it, yesterday? Yeah, I got a request. It said pick up in blah 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 trailer park, right? And it's a ping, and you see the rider, but there's 4,000 trailers within, like, a little tiny lot, right? And none of them, they're all torn up, right? I'm not knocking it. I lived in trailers in my life, like, no big deal when I was younger. But you can't see, there's no numbers on these trailers. And they're like, oh, I'm in lot 2,396 billion, right? I'm in the white trailer. Yeah, you and 99% of the other trailers, they're white. Gotcha. How about you come outside and wave at me or give me an indication that you're my rider? Because otherwise, I'm just going to assume that you're in this trailer that it tells me to stop at, and 90% of the time, it's not the right spot. So you'd be like 4 feet from the pickup destination. I've had pickup destinations in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. It says pickup passenger, and you pull up to the casino, and the actual ping location is in the middle of the water. I had one like that, and it would not let me cancel because you cannot get to that destination. I said, well, hold on, let me hit my button here and just get my boat car going here and get the skis on it, and maybe we'll paddle our way out there to pick up this person on the shrimp boat or whatever the hell, right? That was another one. I called, messaged, got nothing. Uber hits me on my cancellation rate. They increased my cancellation rate because I canceled. And I'm like, obviously they're in the casino, but they're not answering their phone. They're not answering my messages. Am I just supposed to sit here for 13 days waiting on these clowns? No. I waited 2 or 3 minutes, didn't get a response, called them multiple times, didn't get a response, and I canceled. Well, that brought my cancellation rate up to 5% or 6%. Once you break 5% or more, 6% or more, you lose the ability to see the ride, the trip length, before you accept the rides. And I refuse to drive for Rideshare if I can't see where I'm going before I accept the ride, me personally. You know, I did it for a couple of days. I got my acceptance rating back up and my cancellation rating back down, and I was able to continue. Thank you for the likes, y'all. Appreciate it, man. But that fundamentally, like, if you think about it, right? How much money is your time worth? For every minute of every day, how much money is your time worth? Because if I'm out here and I'm trying to grind, I'm trying to make money, every minute that I don't have a rider in my car is lost money, right? So every time I go and if I do a long trip, for example, like that trip to New Orleans I was talking about, hour and 15, hour and 16 minute trip, 90 miles, plus or minus. Guess what? Because the Mississippi law says I cannot pick people up in New Orleans under Uber. On Lyft I can for some reason. But with the way it's laid out, you cannot drive in multiple states on Uber. So if I have a trip, say I have a trip to Mobile, Pensacola, New Orleans, I've had trips to like Jackson, northern Mississippi. If you stay in Mississippi, that's fine. But if you leave the state, you're not going to get a rider coming back to where you have to be back at the end of the day. So if you get that $90 or $85, whatever it is, to your destination, okay, well, you have to calculate your fuel. Are you going to stop and get something to eat? You have to calculate tire usage. You have to calculate all these things. Sure, you might be able to file for your mileage at the end of the year, right? Be able to file and claim that, but are you still making money? And if you're not in a car that's like 30 miles per gallon, 35 miles per gallon or better, you might be losing money going to New Orleans. You might be losing money doing those long trips. Maybe you just stick to short trips. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the job for you. It releases tomorrow, the update. You're talking about for the PlayStation Pro, right? For the graphics or whatever. I don't like what they're doing. I don't like what PlayStation's doing. I'm not too happy with them, honestly. I don't like what Polyphony's doing. Jeff. So, is there anything y'all want to talk about? Anybody else that's in here? Y'all drop a comment, let me know. Any other conversations you want to get started? Get it done, man. Appreciate you coming by. Well, I don't like the fact that they. I don't like the fact that there's a lack of continuous. I don't get paid enough. Our lives are sold way too cheap. Yeah, you're not wrong. They don't respect our time, right? Gran Turismo specifically, Jeff. Not real happy with the way they're doing business. You know, they want to push this PS Pro thing. The PlayStation. My problem with PlayStation is they want to push the PS Pro, but the PS Pro is just an outdated, 3 generations behind shitbox for more money. Like, there's not a significant difference between the PS5 Pro and the regular PS5. Not significant enough. As far as polyphony goes, you know, pushing an update. They should be focusing on fixing their penalty system. They should be focusing on taking care of the customers that they already have, rather than trying to get more. Yeah. And same thing goes with Uber. Same thing goes with if you go into Walmart, you go into any of these businesses, they don't seem to care. Phone companies, internet companies, they don't seem to care about their already existing customers. They're just looking for more, right? Giving good deals to new people coming in, cutting. You know, Uber, this and that, screw that. Yeah, exactly. Uber was giving, and still is giving, discounts to the government for moving immigrants. Yeah. Giving immigrants free rides, government paid for it, and the government got discounts for it. Yeah. Government discounts on these types of rides. I don't have any beef. Again, I don't have any beef with immigrants. But I have a solution and it works. Also less a headache. What's that, Michael? Appreciate you coming by the way, Michael. Good to see new people coming by, saying hi. Appreciate your engagement in the chat. You never go back. How many what? You never go back to what? Yeah, simple. Yeah, they're going to lose your business. Yeah, that's true. It's very true. Yeah. Right. Yeah, and that spreads like wildfire. You know, one of my issues, though, honestly, and I wouldn't go back to Walmart, but the fact that Walmart has everything I need. Woolworth. What do you know about Woolworth? Are you from Illinois? Just out of curiosity. Circuit City, yeah. Circuit City. Dude, I used to love Circuit City, but their customer service was trash, but their availability of electronics was amazing. I don't like Best Buy at all. Like, their customer service is absolute garbage. Radio Shack, yep. We had a Woolworth when I was a kid. I remember that place up in Chicago area. Yeah, but you're right. But it's hard. It's hard not to go back to some of these businesses, especially in a town where you've only got like 3 choices for groceries, right? And Walmart has a monopoly, obviously. They have everything you need in one place. So if you can cope with the way that they treat you, right, which oftentimes isn't right, but I don't think it's personal. I just think it's the way people are nowadays. Working, they're not happy with their jobs, so they're disgruntled and they want to be discouraged. And we don't have a Costco down here, not that I know of. Yeah, well, Sam's Club, Walmart, you know, same deal. I think the biggest difference between Sam's Club and Walmart is when I go into the local Walmart down here, it's Yeah, it's owned by they're both Sam Walton. Sam's Club, Sam Walton, Walmart. Yeah. I bought the company. Nice. They are opening an Aldi. There is one here, but it's too far away from where I live. They're opening another one up here, though. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to go to 3 different grocery stores for 25 items. You know what I mean? Yeah, we grew up using Aldi, for sure. You fill a whole freaking grocery cart, or buggy, as they say down south. Fill a whole buggy full of groceries down here for $85. Now it's $500 for 10 bags. Yeah, our grocery bill, man, we spend way too much money on groceries. $300-$400 easy a week. Maybe even more. Yeah. See, I can't, because I have a hard time mentally being in these stores. Especially Walmart. There's 4,000 different these shop and pay employees. They're in there loading all the buggies, all their little shopping carts. Every time I go in Walmart, I'm blockaded in by these people blocking the aisles with their head up their ass, and they can't see. They don't pay attention. Right? For sure. $100 a whole cart full of food. Absolutely. That wasn't that long ago, honestly. That was only, maybe $150, right? But you're talking, if you get 5 bags of food, you're spending $100 now. 3, 4, 5 bags of food, that's a $100 bill all day long. Especially if you're trying to buy healthy stuff. Yep, a whole cart. I get it. When we were kids, I remember, I'm 41, right? So back in like 91, 92, 93 time frame, my mother would send my sister and I to the grocery store, and they weren't really the best planners. My parents weren't the best planners, but you could get a meal, whether it be Hamburger Helper, you get a pound of hamburger, a gallon of milk, bread, butter, and some pasta for like $5, $6, $7, right? And at the time, minimum wage was like $4.25 an hour. So even back then, it was expensive, right? But not as much. 91 things were still affordable. Yeah. Yep. But see, these monopolies like the Walmart, they've driven those prices up. Winn-Dixie's terrible. Their prices are even worse. But I like Winn-Dixie because, hang on, I got an airplane flying over here. There we go. I like Winn-Dixie because you can walk in there and there's not 4,000 people blocking you with their heads up their asses. I have never had a problem in Winn-Dixie with people not paying attention to what's going on around me. But I would never do my weekly shopping there because it's too expensive. Not running a charity? Yeah. Well, so profit margins, we talked about this before, Jeff. Maybe profit margins shouldn't be capped necessarily, but these companies need to stop capitalizing on people's needs, to the point where they're making 1,000%. Definitely. All right, Jeff. Yeah, they're definitely in it for the money. And I understand that. I mean, they got to pay their employees. They got to fill their fat wallets full of more money, pay their distributors, all these different things. Oh, hands down, Benito. Hands down. There's so many internal relationships within the government and private and all these things that everybody's making their share, man. That's what these wars are about too, in my opinion. Home Depot and Lowe's. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, you need to be able to fill the what is it, the food triangle, right? What you have to have versus what you need, or what you want rather. That could be a whole nother conversation. Data mining, spying, yeah. Look at the Walmart stock. It's done nothing but go up historically, right? It just keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Appreciate you guys keeping the conversation going, man. Used to work Home Depot. We could only track 30% of theft out the front door. Isn't that crazy? You know, they're not even allowed to stop. If you steal from Home Depot, you can walk right out the front door. Once you get out the front door, it's on the police, you know, whatever. But the employees themselves are not allowed to stop you. They could say, hey, stop. They could say whatever they want, but they're not allowed to physically touch you. They're not allowed to cause any kind of altercation like that. You have to wait for the police to show up. So now our local Walmart has cops in the parking lot all the time. They have cops in the parking lot all the time. You know how many times I went into Walmart and bought something and got it home, especially electronics. Got it home, something small like a capture card. I had a capture card I bought there. And I got it home and I didn't realize the damn package was empty, bro. It had it had somebody put a socket in it. So a little itty bitty cheap capture card. It didn't have much weight to it. Got home and I opened the package and there's nothing in it. I call Walmart and I get this asshole in the electronics section. Oh, you're just trying to steal from Walmart. I'm like, listen, idiot. No. Like, I will come down there and show you what's in my bank account. I'm not trying to steal from you people. Someone else stole, probably one of your employees, took it out of the damn box and took it home with them, right? Anyway, they finally let me return that for an exchange. But she looked at me, even the lady at the front desk looked at me like, oh, what are you doing, you know? Customers ain't doing 70% of the stealing. Well, yeah. And that's what I was hitting on there is probably one of the employees doing the dirty work, right? 30%, that's an interesting percentage for sure. Internal problems, dirty people, you know. Not low level. So people who have direct relationships with the, you know, corporate, having direct relationships with the distributors. Gotcha. Going from the semi trailer directly into the back of their vehicles, right? All right, Michael, appreciate you coming by. No? Management. Well, that's what I mean. You know, higher level people that are managers and at the corporate level rather than at the local, the cashier level. I understand what you're saying. That's a scary thought, especially when these are the people in charge of how much, you know, these people are getting paid at the lower level, you know, and then things being put in place acting like it's customer stealing that aren't even worth your time. Put the boots on, let's go. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of things being implemented into society are for 1% of the people in society. And the 99% of us that are doing the right thing are like, "What? Why are we doing this?" Yep. I'm telling you. And every law, every rule, every thing that that gets introduced is based on a very small percentage of the community. Yep. Dirty work, man. I think the government is probably the worst part of it all, honestly. Enticing people to be dirty. Right? Make sure you're not a psycho. I think we're all a little bit psychotic sometimes, honestly. Fucking Michael, man. You know, I like you. You can come on over to my house. Never mind. Man, dude, you guys are great. Appreciate everybody coming by today. Gonna charge you $1 million to keep you safe? Yeah, of course. Christina. Who's Christina? And the plane just landed. Plenty of room under the tree. Let's go. Yeah. All right, man. Hey, you guys are great, dude. For real. Appreciate everybody coming by. I think I'm gonna kill this and yeah, for sure, dude. Take care, man. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for the likes, y'all. Thank you. Oh, there's a message right there. Abolish administrative codes. Absolutely. Appreciate that, Michael. Thank you. If you're into gaming, I will be live later today around probably around 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make America green again. Yeah. Right? Show me the money. Let's keep praying for peace, man. Keep hoping for peace, rooting for these other drivers are getting rides ahead of me. That's funny. I got here before them. Imagine that. Let's go back to that conversation, huh? That's the third car I've seen leave out of here. It's all good, though. Administrative codes violate the Fourth Amendment due process. Yeah, I agree. 100%. In a lot of cases, they do. And, you know, the problem is people aren't auditing that. People aren't educated about the amendments. Huge. It's unethical to violate my amendments. But man, I could go off on a tangent about this stuff. Yeah, conflict of interest. Say it louder so the crowd can hear you, brother. Absolutely. A good talking with y'all, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully everybody has a blessed day. Get ready for Thanksgiving. Get your bellies full of food. Hopefully everybody has an opportunity to spend some time with the family and whatnot. We'll be seeing y'all around. I appreciate everybody swinging through, y'all. Take care, everybody.